My name is Mia Santos, and this is how I laughed my way out of my family's script, only to find it rewritten. It started with one night, a night that still crackles in my memory. I stood on a dingy stage in a Queens comedy club, mic in hand, delivering a stand-up set that roasted my Filipino family's obsession with being... The crowd howled, but then I saw her, my mom, pushing through the door, her face a storm of betrayal. "Mia, stop this nonsense," she yelled, cutting through the laughter. I froze, mic hot, heart racing. I defied her ban on comedy, mocked our traditions in public, and now everyone knew. "You've shamed us," she said later, voice like glass. I didn't back down. I was done being their trophy. But that night lit a spark I couldn't douse. Let me take you back. I grew up in Woodside, Queens, where adobo aromas mixed with subway rumbles and karaoke blared from Filipino restaurants. My parents, Carlo and Rosa Santos, came from Manila in the 80s, building Santos Lumpia, a beloved eatery. My dad fried lumpia, his hands quick and steady. My mom balanced the books, her gaze sharp. They were community stars, hosting Santa Cruzan parades, teaching kids Tagalog. To them, family was honor, and I was its shield. I was the good daughter, straight A's, cashiering after school, praying novenas at home. I was Maria, speaking Tagalog, eating sinigang with my Lola's stories of the Philippines. But at school, I was Mia, the girl who lived for comedy. Chris Rock, Ali Wong, jokes that split my sides. I'd scribble bits in my notebook, dreaming of mics. Comedy was my spark, but my parents saw it as a disgrace. They had one plan. I'd be an accountant. "It's secure, Mia," my mom would say, voice firm. "Comedy's for clowns." My dad was harsher. "Jokes? That's American foolishness. You're Filipino. Respect us." To them, my passion was a slap to pakikisama, community harmony. But every time I crunched numbers or served lumpia, I felt like I was fading. The tension grew in high school. I got into NYU, where my parents thought I'd study accounting. Instead, I took improv classes, hiding my schedule. My best friend, Jamal, a Jamaican-American poet, was my wingman. "You're hilarious, Mia," he'd say, watching my sets. "Don't let them silence you." I wanted to believe him, but the lies weighed heavy. The breaking point came in my freshman year. Queens hosted a Filipino street festival with an open mic night for local talent. Jamal's comedy crew needed a closer, and he pushed me to sign up. "This is your stage, Viasan," he said. I'd never performed publicly. My parents called comedy embarrassing for a Santos. But I was done hiding. I told myself I'd do it just once, and they'd never know. I tried to play it safe, saying I was at a study group. My dad nodded, busy with the festival's lumpia booth. My mom was skeptical, but let it go. The open mic night, my nerves were electric. The club was packed. Locals, comics, neon lights flickering. "You will be there," she said, voice like iron. I lied, saying I had a group project. My dad sounded doubtful, but my mom was too busy with the parade to argue. I hated lying, but I needed this gig. The showcase night, I stood in Jamal's apartment practicing my set in a graphic tee and jeans. My phone pinged with my dad's texts. "Parade's starting. Where are you?" I silenced it, nerves on fire. Jamal drove me to Laugh Factory, a packed club with neon signs and beer-soaked air. I went up, delivering jokes about Tita gossip and karaoke wars. The crowd roared, scouts scribbling notes. Leah grinned backstage. "You crushed it," she said. "I'm pitching you to a manager." But my buzz crashed when I checked my phone. A voicemail from my mom, voice raw. "You lied, Maria. A friend saw you at that club. You've broken us." Someone from the parade must have spotted me. I looked at Jamal, who'd heard it. "You're in hot water," he said. I stayed at his place, too scared to face them. Next morning, my dad texted, "You've hurt us, Maria. Come home." Guilt surged, but so did defiance. They'd never backed my comedy. Why grovel? I wrote new bits, but my parents' faces haunted every punchline. Then my tita, Lila, called. "I'm not picking sides," she said, "but your mom's a wreck. She's quiet, not eating. They miss you, Mia." Her words shook me. I'd been so mad I hadn't seen their pain. "They want a numbers cruncher, not me," I said. "They're scared," she said. "Talk to them." I hung up, her words sticking like a bad improv line. Scared? My mom, the queen of Santos Lumpia, who ran a business like a general? It didn't fit, but it lingered. That night I wrote a softer set, weaving in Filipino pride. Lumpia love, Lola wisdom. Jamal heard it. "That's you, Mia," he said. "That's home." I didn't know a storm was brewing, one that would force me to face my family, and a truth that would flip my script. I thought cracking jokes on that stage would give me wings, but it grounded me in guilt. Every punchline I wrote carried my parents' pain, my mom's betrayed shout, my dad's icy words. I was Mia chasing my comedy, but also Maria, the daughter who'd fractured her family. I stayed at Jamal's, his couch, my shelter. "You can't hide out forever," his mom said, passing me rice. She was right, but my mom's words, "You've broken us," stung too hard to go back. I drowned in comedy to cope. Leah's showcase got me a meeting with a manager, and I honed new sets at open mics. My online clip hit 80,000 views, with comments like, "She's a star," and "Filipino funny." Jamal hyped me, but the laughs felt hollow. My parents hadn't called, and Queen's gossip, Carlo's shameful girl, burned their honor. Then came a shock. I got a text from my tita, Lila. "Mia, your mom's in the hospital. Chest pains, Elmhurst Hospital now." My heart sank. My mom was 47, fierce, always juggling Santos Lumpia. It didn't add up. Jamal drove me through Queens traffic, my mind spinning. Her teary eyes, my lies, the parade I ditched. At the hospital, my dad sat in the waiting room, face gray, hands clenched. He saw me and stood, eyes raw. "She's stable," he said, voice low. "Stress, maybe palpitations. They're testing." Guilt crushed me. "Is it me?" I asked, voice breaking. He didn't answer, just looked down. Lila pulled me aside. "It's not only you," she said. "The restaurant's struggling, and your fights hit them hard. They miss you, Mia." Her words landed like a bad set. I'd been so caught up in my mic I hadn't seen their hurt. "Can I see her?" I asked. My dad nodded, leading me to her room. My mom lay in bed, pale, monitors beeping. She smiled faintly. "Maria," she whispered, "you're here." "I'm sorry," I choked, tears falling. "I didn't mean this." "Not your fault," she said, gripping my hand. "We pushed too far. I wanted you secure." I wanted to spill, how comedy was my pulse, how I felt trapped. But I just held her hand, her fingers cold. My dad watched, silent. For a moment, I felt hope, like we could rewrite this. But the next day, my mom was feistier, grumbling about hospital adobo, while my dad stayed distant. Alone, he said, "Mia, we need to talk. About your mom, why this happened, it's more than you know." I braced for a scolding, but a nurse interrupted, checking vitals. My dad clammed up, the moment lost. I left confused, his words nagging. More than me? What was he hiding? At Jamal's, I worked on a new set, adding Filipino heart. Lola's wisdom, Lumpia love. Leah loved it. "This is you," she said. The manager set a callback, but it clashed with my mom's hospital discharge dinner, a family gathering Lila was hosting. My dad texted, "She needs you, Maria." I was torn. The callback was my shot. My mom's pain was my fault. I told Leah, expecting her to push the gig. "Family's everything," she said. "We'll reschedule." I paced Jamal's room, replaying my dad's words. "More than you know." Lila had hinted at something too. I called her. "Your mom's been quiet," she said. talking about her past in Manila. Ask your dad. I didn't want to, scared of what I'd hear, but it stuck like a bad punchline. The callback loomed, the dinner called, and my parents' secret felt like a shadow over every joke. I had to choose, my comedy or my family. I didn't know one truth would flip my whole routine. I was caught between my mic and my roots. The comedy callback pulling me toward my dream, my mom's hospital bed anchoring me to home. My dad's words, "It's more than you know," echoed, hinting at a secret I couldn't ignore. I wanted to land my punchline, but Lila's voice lingered. "Your mom's been quiet." I didn't know one truth would rewrite my family's script, and my own. The day before the callback, I was at Jamal's practicing my set, my mind a mess. My dad's text burned, "Your mom's home tomorrow. Be there, Maria." Jamal caught me staring at it. "Go, Mia," he said. "You'll regret it." He was right. My new set with Filipino heart had stirred something. I couldn't step forward without facing them. I texted my dad I'd come for my mom's homecoming. He replied, "Good." I didn't mention the callback, too tangled. Leah was cool when I asked to reschedule. "Family first," she said. "We'll book another." As I packed, I felt like I was risking my stage, but my mom's pale face weighed heavier. Home smelled of Sinigang and memory. Lila hugged me, whispering, "Be gentle." My mom sat in the dining room, a scarf around her, looking frail but warm. My dad stood nearby, eyes tired. "Maria," my mom said, voice soft, "you're here." "I had to be," I said, sitting close, hands shaky. Silence fell heavy with our fights. I wanted to apologize, but my dad spoke. "We need to talk," he said, eyes on my mom, "about why we pushed you. It's her past." "Your mom was a comedian," he said, voice low. "In Manila, in her 20s, she did stand-up, clubs, TV skits, a real star. I was a clerk, practical. When we married, I told her to quit, said it wasn't stable for a family. She did it for us, for you. But it broke her. Seeing you chase comedy, it dug up her pain. We pushed you to accounting to spare you her loss." I stared at my mom, her eyes wet. My mom, a comedian? The woman who'd banned my jokes had been like me? "Why didn't you tell me?" I asked, voice cracking. "I was ashamed," she said, trembling. "I thought hiding it would protect you. But I was wrong, Mia. I silenced your laugh and it killed me." The room blurred. My mom had buried her humor for us, just as I'd fought to keep mine. My dad's rules, her silence. It was their fear I'd end like her, empty. "I'm sorry," I said, sobbing. "I thought you hated me." "Never," she said, grabbing my hand. "I love you, Maria." My dad joined, his arms strong but shaking. We cried raw and real, the rift between us mending. I skipped the callback. Leah booked me for a spring showcase. I stayed home helping my mom recover. One night, she showed me old VHS tapes, her in a Manila club, cracking jokes about jeepneys and titas. "You're funnier than I was," she said, grinning. I laughed, tears in my eyes. My dad watched, softer now, and we talked about her sets, my bits, the dreams we'd tucked away. My comedy grew. I wove Filipino flavor, adobo puns, Lola sass into my sets, honoring my roots. I posted a new clip online hitting 150,000 views, and Queens warmed. Lila shared it, writing, "Mia's our joy." Leah's manager signed me, and my parents came to my NYU show, my dad roaring loudest, my mom filming every joke. I thought I had to choose, laughs or loyalty, Filipino or me. But my mom's secret showed me I could have both. Roots anchor you. Humor lifts you. I'm Mia Santos, landing my punchlines, carrying my family's love. The stage is mine, but so is home.